Okay, hi all. Good morning. So, welcome to this SQL training course, and we have the demo class today. So, a little introduction about myself. I am Mohammed Tanveer Khan. I have over 13 years of experience in IT industry, working in data-related job profile, and so we have the SQL training course. Let me share the screen. Hope my screen is visible.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the topics, just a minute. This is the topics which we'll be covering during the course. Let me- Yeah. So we will start this course from scratch. No prerequisite is needed. I will give first of all the basic details about the course, and then if you have any question, you can ask. Okay. And then we will start our regular classes. So these are the topics which we will be covering during the course. Okay. This has the basic as well as advanced SQL. And these topics are sufficient to crack any job related to these profiles, like data engineer, data analyst, business analyst. Hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. ETL or SQL developer, ETL tester, business intelligence related job profile, that is Power BI developer or reporting developer. Okay. So this course will help you to either crack if you're planning to enter into the IT industry. So this will help you on this job profiles. Or if you're already working, so this SQL course will help you. Like if you're getting stuck somewhere in the SQL queries, so this will help you. Now this course is purely hands-on. Okay. And let me show you a few of the examples from my previous batch. So see, this will be explaining each and every concept, okay, on an Excel sheet, and then we'll practicing it that how the code is working and all this stuff. Okay, this is purely hands-on session, and we will try to understand each and every nut and bolt of the system, that how the SQL engine is executing the query. I'm showing you this example from the previous batch. Okay, so it will start from scratch, and after each and every class, we will give you assignment questions. On an average, 10 assignment questions will be given. So throughout the course, you'll be having approx 200 to 250 assignment questions. Okay, let me show you that as well. So here we have the list of the assignment questions, topic wise. Okay, and this course duration is 1 month. The timing is Monday to Friday, morning 7 to 9. And the recording will be shared after each and every class. So on a daily basis, we'll be sharing 4 documents with you. And the first is recording. Recording will take around 3 to 4 hours. So the class will be over by 9 a.m. and we'll be sharing recording around 1 a.m. And I'm talking all the timelines in IST. Okay. Apart from recording, we'll be sharing assignment. And the coding, whatever we'll be doing, we will share that as well. That as well with you guys. Okay. And then this Excel sheet on which we will be explaining each and every concept, that how the data is we are fetching the data and how the engine is processing it. All those things will be. So these 4 documents will be shared with you on a daily basis. Hope it is clear. Now, do you have any question, anyone? Before I proceed further. Any question? No? Okay. So now for practicing, you don't have to download anything. Many of you has told that we are working in the official laptop. Okay, so we cannot download. So we will not suggest you to download any database or any software. We will be working all those things on a browser. Okay, so like you just have to open this Google Chrome or Edge or any other browser, and you have to type here Oracle Live SQL. Okay, this one you have to type Oracle Live SQL. So even if you're working in your official laptop, you can practice it, because in your official laptop they will not allow you to download any software, anything, right? So just type Oracle Live SQL. Okay, you will get this page. Click on this, and then you have to click on Start Coding. Everything is getting recorded. Don't worry. We will share the recording after the class. Okay. Let me check one is getting recorded. It is getting recorded. Okay. Someone has messaged no. I don't know why you're messaging no. Okay, fine. My screen is visible to everyone and voice is audible.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So after this page, this is my credential. So when you will log in for the first time, you have to click on create account. Okay. So when you will click on create account, it will ask for the basic details like your name, your Gmail ID, your company name, your designation, and all those things. So if you don't want to disclose your company name or designation, you can write anything there. They're not going to verify it. But your Gmail ID, Gmail account should be a valid one. So that when you will give the Gmail account, they will send an email, confirmation email, and then you have to confirm from there, and then you have to set user ID password. That's all. So I'm logging here using my user ID, and this is my password. That's all. This is very simple. Okay, now this is the platform where we will be doing the coding. Any question? Any question, anyone?
Is there a way like we can install this tool in the personal laptop apart from that doing it online via portal?
If you want to install, we have that link. We will share the link of installation as well. You can install
Okay.
Microsoft SQL Server. You can install Oracle as well. That is also available. But why we suggest this one is, even if you're working in the official laptop, you can practice on it. But if you want to install, you can install as well. That option is also available. Okay.
Thanks a lot.
And yeah, no problem. And for this, no specific configuration is needed. Even if you have 4 GB laptop and a simple processor, it will work on it. Fine. Any other question, anyone? And the session is purely interactive. You have all the freedom to ask question at any point of time. We will never tell you that, okay, you have to wait till the end of the class and then ask question. You can ask any question. One thing is, when I'm taking the session, suppose if I'm teaching you about distinct, okay, and you have question from this update, so that I will not be covering during the class, because that will break the flow. Okay, and the other folks who are very new to SQL, they may get confused. But in that case, what we used to do is we have the class timing from 7 to 9. After 9, I will tell you that, okay, the class is over. Then you can ask any question from anywhere. Okay, but during the class, we have to maintain this flow. Hope it is clear.
Yes, it is clear.
Yes.
Okay. Any other question related to the class format and all those things?
Uh,
Okay,
in
great.
in which format we have to give the assignment back?
Assignment, you have to work on the assignment. Like suppose if I have given you assignment questions, so you have to practice the assignment. Okay. And the next class, we start the class with assignment discussion. Means I will ask you that, okay, do you have any questions on the assignment? And then you can ask the question. We will discuss the assignment solution during the class.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, fine. If we don't have any other question, we should start now with our regular classes. Yes, true. This is weekdays batch. Okay, can anyone explain that why we need to learn SQL? What is the benefit of this language, and why this language is in great demand these days in IT industry? Anyone?
Hi, it's me, Mohan. So
Mm,
basically, what I know is like it helps us to reduce the manual effort basically for the work that we are doing on Excel and that
mm,
which is taking time. So to
Okay,
standardize it to and reduce time via coding, that gives a better result.
okay, okay, fine. So may I request those not speaking to please go on mute. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. So SQL stands for a structured query language. Structured query language. And during the class, I will strongly recommend not to make a note of anything. Okay, just focus on my lecture because we'll be sharing all these recordings and everything with you. Okay, all these things will be shared. So concentrate on the lecture and ask questions, make the session interactive. Okay, so hope it is clear. So
Yes.
SQL stands, okay, thank you. So SQL stands for a structured query language. Why is the meaning a structured query language? Any idea? Why it is a structured query language? Why is this too low, sir? Cannot hear properly. Yes, please go ahead.
We carry our data on
Structured data.
Structured data. Okay. Okay. See, we have generally three types of data: a structured data, semi-structured data, and unstructured data. Okay. Semi-structured data and unstructured data are nothing but your images, your video file, your audio file, your recording, okay, your text. All those things are example of semi-structured, unstructured data. I will request those who are not speaking, please go on mute. The entire class is getting disturbed. Let me mute all. Thank you. So SQL stands for Structured Query Language. It means using SQL, you can work on only those data which are structured. Okay. Semi-structured and unstructured data are nothing but your audio, your text, your images, your video files. Now, what is a structured data? The data which can be stored in a table format. What is a table? We will discuss it today. Okay. The data which can be stored in a table format are known as structured data. Okay. And this will be having a particular format, and the data which you will store, it will be having a relation. That is why it is known as a structured data. Let me show you one example. Suppose I have this employee table. Okay. And I have employee ID, employee name, salary, and location. Okay. Suppose employee ID is 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Employee name is Abdul, Yusuf, John, Ramesh. Salary is 500, is 200, 600, 300, Location is Delhi. This is Chennai. This is Pune. This is Hyderabad. So this is known as a table. In database, this is known as a table. So in this table, what we are showing? We are showing the information about employee. This is the employee ID. This is the name. This is the salary. This is the location. It means we have an employee whose name is Abdul, whose ID is 1, and the salary is 500, and the location is Delhi. So all these records are related, right? They are giving some meaningful information, and we can store this in a table format, right? So that is why it is known as a structured data. But your audio file, your video file, you cannot store that in a table format, right? So that is why they are known as semi-structured or unstructured data. Now to handle those data, we use NoSQL. It is known as not only SQL. Okay. Is this clear so far?
Yes.
Okay. Now this is known as table. Table is equivalent to our house. If we want to stay, we have to construct house, or we have to take it as a rent, right? So similarly, if you want to save or store data, you need table. So this is an example of table. Now this employee ID, employee name, salary, location, these all are known as columns. These all are the columns of this table. So in this table, how many columns we have?
4.
Right. In this table, we have 4
Four.
columns. Okay, good. So right now in this table, Saddam, can you go on mute, please? Thank you. So in this table, we have 4 columns. Now, is there any restriction on the number of columns in a table?
Sorry, please again.
Is there any restriction on the number of columns in a table? There is no restriction. You can create a table with n number of columns. Right now in this table, I have only 4 columns, but you can add 10 columns, 20 columns, 100 columns in a table. There is no restriction on that. Even you can create a table with only 1 column. Okay. So these all are known as columns. So in this table, the columns are employee ID, employee name, salary, location. Hope it is clear, guys. Okay. These all are example of columns. Now, this is known as record. This is first record. Record, or this is also known as row. This is first record, first row. This is second record. This is third record. This is fourth record. So in this table, how many records we have? 4 records, right? So Mansoor, do you have any question you want to ask? You have raised hand.
Yes, Tanvir. Before you
Yeah,
go
please.
in deep into the table, I just have one query on, as you just mentioned, the semi-structured and unstructured data, like an audio file or a video file. Are you referring to the content of the data in that file? Because if I have 10 audio files, I can make them into a table based on the content in it. So you're referring to the content. How can we describe that this is unstructured and this is structured? Just to be on clarity.
See, the content or the information which you will collect either from an audio file or the video file is, once you have to store it, you have to process it, right? Then you will
Yeah.
understand what is the content, correct? Now to store it, you cannot store that in this table format. Okay, and that is where the data engineering comes into picture. We have the different database like MongoDB and all those things. Okay, and that comes under non-relational database. So those audio files and video files or images, you cannot save that in this format like how I'm saving this data. Okay, this
Yeah.
text data. So that is why those type of data you cannot process using SQL language, because SQL language work, works only on a structured data. Now the structured data means the data which you can store in a table format, in rows and columns format. Okay, and to process or store the unstructured or the semi-structured data, which is your video, audio, images. Okay, we go for NoSQL. Okay, that is a little bit different from SQL. Okay, hope I answered.
Yeah. Thank you then.
And for that, no problem. For that, then we use key value pairs, the Hadoop, mapper reducers, and all those things. That is purely a world of data engineering. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So, okay. So these are the columns and these are the records. Okay. Now in this table, you guys told me we have 4 columns. How many records we have in this table?
4 records we are
Four
having.
records.
We have 4 records. Is there any restriction on the number of records in a table?
No.
There is no restriction on the number of records. In a table, you can have 1 record or you can have 10 million records. Okay, that is allowed. That is possible. So first of all, we have to store or save data. Can you tell me why we want to save or store data? What is the benefit of it? What is the
Recall
benefit?
it back.
Recall it back. Then what is the, okay, you will recall it back. Then what is the benefit from that?
To move the
Storing
data from one place to other place whenever we need it, when we have a requirement.
Okay, okay.
To analyze the data.
To analyze the data, suppose if you're running a business, okay, and you have a business at 10 locations in India and abroad as well, and you are the owner, it is not possible for you to check the transactions at each and every store, right? So what you will do, you will hire a data engineer, okay, and you will tell him that, okay, tell me the daily transaction, how many transactions we have done yesterday, right? Or maybe you will ask, okay, tell me the quarter transactions, the profit, the revenues, assets, loss, in which location we are making the profit is the highest, in which location profit is the least, in which location we have more footfalls, right? So you want to understand your business, that how many businesses is growing or it is working, and accordingly we will make businesses strategy. So how you will make that? So for that, first of all, you have to store the data of your business transactions. And then from that data, you can fetch useful information. Like suppose if you want to know that 2020, like during the lockdown period, okay, how much transactions happen in the second quarter and third quarter, right? So for that, you want that the business transactions of 2020. If you have not stored it, how you can collect that data? Not possible. How you can prepare a report? Not possible, right? So that's why we have to first of all store our business transactions or data so that at a later point of time, if we want to understand that how my business is performing, we can fetch the meaningful information from that, and accordingly we can make some business decisions. We can make some new strategies, policies for the good well-being of the business. Hope it is clear. And that is where the SQL language will help you. And that is the reason nowadays SQL is in huge demand. To go for any job description on Naukri or LinkedIn, you will find SQL, SQL, SQL. Okay. So fine then, let's proceed further. So right now I have shown you what is a table, what are the columns, and what are the records. Okay. Now there is no restriction on the number of columns. So right now I have shown only 4 columns, but it is allowed in a table. You can have 10 columns, 30 columns, 100 columns. And again, there is no restriction on the number of records. Okay. Now the thing is, this table, the columns, everything I have created on this Excel sheet, right, on this workbook. But how to create this in a database, that we will try to understand. Okay. So for that, first of all, you have to write create. Okay. Now this create is a reserved keyword. What is the meaning of reserved keyword? Reserved keywords are those keywords which SQL engine have a specific meaning. If you will write create, this create is a reserved keyword. Why I'm telling this is a reserved keyword? Because from this, the SQL engine will understand that, okay, I have to create something. Okay. Then you have to write table. So then engine will understand, the SQL engine will understand that, okay, user wants me to create table. Okay. Now you have to give the name of the table. Oh, so here we are trying to create employee table. So you have to write this name. The name of the table, it is totally your wish. You can create a table with any name. There is no restriction. Few restrictions are there. We will discuss down the line. But as of now, just consider that there's no restriction. You can create the table with any name. Suppose I want to create with my name. I can create a table with my name as well. Anything. You want to create, you can create a table with the country name. That is also allowed. Hope it is clear so far. Any question?
So this will be the syntax for the create, right?
This is the syntax to create a table. I have not completed it. I will show you. I will complete it. But so far, is this clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, one more doubt. Is it case sensitive or sensitive need to give?
I will come to. I will discuss it. Just give me a few minutes. Okay, we'll discuss that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So create means this is a reserved keyword. What are the reserved keywords? Reserved keywords are those keywords which SQL engine has a special meaning. SQL engine knows what to do. If you will write create here, the SQL engine will understand that, oh, I have to create something. Then I have written table. This is also a reserved keyword. Engine will understand that, okay, I have to create a table. Okay. Then you have user defined keywords. Guys, please ask question, make the session interactive. Feel free, you can ask any question. Don't think my question is brilliant or stupid. Whatever is coming in your mind, you should ask, okay? So create table employee here. Employee is a user defined keyword. Why user defined? It means as a user, you can create a table with any name. This is purely on your choice. Okay. So now in this table, then within brackets, you have to write the column names. So what are the column names we have here? Employee ID, employee name, salary, and location. So then you have to write your employee ID, employee name, salary, comma, location. Hope it is clear so far. So we have written create table employee, and within bracket we have written the column names what we want. It is exactly like suppose you want to construct house. So you will connect with that engineer, right? And you will give him a design that, okay, I want 3 or 4 BHK, I want one big hall, one balcony, lobby, right, all those things. So that is what we are telling SQL engine, that we want employee table, and in this table I want this columns: employee ID, comma, employee name, comma, salary, comma, location. Okay. Now so far, okay, so far all those things, whatever I have written, this is not case sensitive. Case sensitive means you can write this in uppercase, lowercase, any case. It is your wish. Here I have written E in uppercase. If you want, you can write in lowercase as well. There is no restriction on it. SQL is case sensitive with data. So when I will come to that data part, I will discuss it. But so far, this reserved keywords, the user defined keywords, these all are not case sensitive. You can write in any case your wish. Okay. Now, this employee ID, this is a reserved keyword or user defined keyword?
User defined.
User
This
defined.
is a user defined. It means as a user, you can create a table and you can add the column. The column names is purely your wish. You can add a table and the columns with any name. There is no restriction on it. Hope it
Tanvir,
is clear. So, yeah.
when I come across a situation where my user defined keyword is matching with reserved keyword, then
That I have told that I will discuss it. Just give me some time. There are a few
okay,
exceptions from that. Then I will cover that.
yeah, fine, thank you. Just a random
No
thought.
problem. Oh, no, good. That's a valid question. Just give me some time. I will answer it. Okay, I will show you all those things with proof. Okay. So far, is it clear? Okay. Now, suppose you have a party. Okay, and when you will invite the guests, so you will consider their test as well, right? That how many of them like non-veg, how many of them wants to go for veg only, and all those things, right? And accordingly, you will do the arrangement, correct? Similarly, in this employee table, you have these columns. Then at the same time, you have to inform to the SQL engine that in these columns, what type of data you are going to store. You have to well inform to this SQL engine. But those who know Python, in Python, that is not the case, right? But in SQL, you have to mention, like in employee ID, see here, what type of data we are storing here. These all are numbers or integers, right? So when you are storing numbers or integers, you have to write INT. So it is like you are informing to the SQL engine that in this employee ID column, I'll be storing only numbers or integers. Hope it is clear, guys. Okay. Now, the second one is employee name. In the employee name column, are we storing number or integer?
String.
I don't know what is a string. So here we're not storing numbers or integers, right? Correct?
We are not storing number or integers.
Good. So we are storing characters or alphabets, right? A, B, C, D, something like that.
Yeah,
So
letters.
whenever you're, good. So whenever you're storing alphabets, A, B, C, D, anything, name, address, blah, blah, blah. So in that case, you have to write here var char 50. You might be thinking why you have written 50 here, Tanveer. Can I write 100? Can I write 200? Can I write 1? I will answer all those things. Just give me some time. For the time being, assume that whenever in a column you have to store alphabets, A, B, C, D, anything like name, address, location, you have to give the data type as var char 50. Hope it is clear.
Yes,
Okay. Now salary column, what you're storing in salary column, it is number, integer, or alphabets.
Integer.
integers number.
Integers. So in integers, what I have told you, what should be the data type?
Int.
int.
INT. See, I'm not discussing the data type topics now. We have a separate class in which we'll discuss about the different data types. First of all, I'm showing you the basic syntax, how to create table. Then I will show you the basic syntax, how to insert data. And then slowly we will try to understand the reason for each and everything. Okay. For location, what is the I mean, it is integer or alphabets.
Alphabets,
Alphabets.
characters.
So what should be the data type?
Varchar 50.
Varchar 50. Varchar means variable character. Those who already know SQL, you might be thinking that then can I use char? Can I use varchar? To all these questions will be answered. Just give me some time. Okay. Then you have to place a colon, semicolon at the end. Okay. And select this. After selecting this, you can see this red color button run. Hope it is visible here.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Correct. So you have to click on this. You click on this. Engine will give the output here. What is the output? Table is
Great.
created. So congratulations, we have created our table in the database. Okay. Now, if you want to verify a table structure, then for that you have to write DESC. DESC is again a reserved keyword. DESC meaning is describe. So the moment you will write DSC, the SQL engine will understand that, oh, user is asking me to describe something. Then write the table name which you want to describe. Okay. Now run this query. Verify. You have created a table with the name employee. That is employee here, right? And don't get confused that Tanvir here you have written employee in lowercase, why it is coming in uppercase. So always SQL engine, the output here, whatever you'll be seeing, the table name, the column name will always be in uppercase. But this table name, this column name, you can write in any case. I will show you one example after this. There is no restriction on that. Hope this point is clear. Okay. So here you see employee ID column. Yeah. Tell me.
Yeah, just having one question here.
Yeah.
You used to describe keyword to describe the table, right? Is it same for all DB? Like, is
Okay.
it
Good
available
question.
in equal server?
Good question. Good question. Let me explain you about the different databases. So we have different databases. The first one is Oracle. Then you have Microsoft SQL Server. Then you have MySQL. Okay. Then you have Netezza. Then you have Teradata. Then you have Postgres, as well as dbeaver. Okay, then you have Hive. Okay, these all are the different database. Okay, right now the database on which we are practicing. This is provided by Oracle. You can see it is written oracle.com. Okay, then you have one more from Microsoft. That is Microsoft SQL Server. Let me show you that. Where is that? This is an example of Microsoft SQL Server. I will launch it. It takes some time to open. So these all are the different database, whether Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server, or Netezza or Teradata. So I am teaching on Oracle. So similarly, do you have to study SQL on all these different databases? What do you think? What do you think, guys?
I think coding is the same. Something is wrong in
Okay. See, volume is. This is example of Microsoft SQL Server. Okay. Let me show you one thing. New query, new query, new query. Okay. Now this is a database from Microsoft. The one on which we are practicing now, this is from Oracle. Now tell me one thing. Okay. I'm learning how to drive a car. Okay. And suppose I am learning that using a Maruti 800. Okay. I learned it that how to drive a car, accelerator, brake, clutch, and all those combinations I understood. I have learned that on a Maruti car. Now, if I have a Honda car, Honda City or anyone, will I be able to drive it?
Yes, sir.
What about Hyundai car, i20,
Yes.
Tata?
Yes.
Yes. If you know how to drive a car, whether you have a car of any company, you can drive it, right? Similarly, if you will learn how to write a SQL query in any one database, either it is Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server, MySQL, anyone. So then you can write SQL queries on any other database. Don't think that, okay, I'm learning on Oracle, then I have to again learn on Microsoft SQL Server, then MySQL, then it is a no, no, no. Once you will learn here, the same SQL is applicable in all the databases. Okay. See, guys, I will request to please be on mute. Okay, I get distracted. I think others will also get distracted. So make sure that you are on mute. So that is why once you will learn the SQL on a particular database, the same is applicable on all the other databases. Okay. No need to learn in each and every database. There'll be hardly 1% syntax change will be there. Hardly 1% or 0.5%, but the logic, everything will be same. So if you learn on this Oracle, the same you can practice on any other database. But those who are very new to SQL, I will recommend please practice on Oracle only, because many a time it happens that the participant, they will practice on Oracle and at the same time they'll practice on Microsoft SQL Server, they'll practice on MySQL and they will compare it. You will get confused. If you want to compare, just have some basic knowledge. And once you get some good maturity on this, then you can compare. But I'm not stopping you. If you want, you can compare your wish. You will get the same result. Hope it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Sunil.
Okay. Now, this describe employee, this works on Oracle. Okay. But if you're executing this on Microsoft SQL Server, there you have another keyword that is show. I will show you all those examples. Okay, one by one. But the same thing, like suppose I have written here create table. Let me run this on Microsoft SQL Server. Here. Same code. Let me zoom this. Okay. Great. So let's see example. I'm executing. It is throwing error message because already I have a table with the name employee. So first of all, I have to delete it. Uh, 1 minute. There was an option to zoom this. Okay. Now see, commands completed successfully. So this table has been created. So same script I have tried on Microsoft SQL Server. The table is created. Okay. Hope it is clear so far. And if you want to check the structure, you can write DSC employee. It means describe the employee. This is the employee table, and these all are the columns. Employee ID.
Yeah,
Yeah.
workers if this is the default one, you'll tell you do 50.
No. You can change this. I will answer it. Just give me some time. You can change this to 100, 200, anything. Okay, I will answer that why I'm telling you to keep it 50. Okay. Okay, so now you see you have all the columns, employee ID, employee name, you have salary, you have location. Type means data type. Here I have written int integer, it is showing as a number. They both are same. If you don't want to write int, you can write number as well. Okay. I have written varchar 50. Here you have varchar 250. Because in Oracle, if you will write varchar, they will consider it as a varchar 2, but they both are one and the same. Any question? No questions? Okay. We have created the table. What next? What you will do after this?
Insert the data.
Insert the data, right? You constructed a house, then you have to go and stay there, correct? So then you have to insert the data. So hope this syntax is clear how to create a table, guys. Okay.
Tanvir,
Okay.
in the description table, will we
Describe, describe.
having a describe table will be
Uh-huh.
having every time the null table, the null
Oh,
column.
this null column, please ignore this one. When I will discuss null, see here, we will discuss null. Where is that? Is null, is not null, difference between zero blank and null. Okay. Then I will cover what is the significance of this, because if I will explain now, it will not be clear to you. Okay. Okay. But this will not be always blank. No. If when I will explain you check constraints, then I will show you that whether this column will accept null or not. Accordingly, it will display here yes or no, null or not null. So for the time being, please ignore this column.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, no problem. Now suppose I want to create one more table. Create table. Now this time I will write everything in uppercase. See, create table. Suppose the table name is customer. And the column name is customer ID, customer name. Okay, customer ID, customer name. Then it's store location. Suppose those 3 columns I have. Then tell me the customer ID, what should be the data type?
Sir,
INT, right? Customer name,
Varchar.
varchar 50. Okay. Store location,
Varchar 50.
varchar 50. Okay. Now let me execute this. Select this, click on the run button. There's a shortcut to run this. That is Control Enter. Okay. I've executed it. You press Control Enter, then also this will be executed. Else, if you want to click on Run button, you can click on this as well. To see the table has been created, no? So this proves that you can create a table with any case, uppercase, lowercase, propercase, anyone. Okay, there is no restriction on that. Hope it is clear.
Yes,
So I
Tanvir.
have one question.
Yes.
The store location could be both, no? The varchar and the integer.
Sometime it happens that your like our address, that is the combination of number and integer, right? Like road number 4, okay, and the street you have, and then landmark you have, right? Then pin code you have, like suppose Haryana 122001. So you have Haryana will be in alphabets, and 122001 pin code is in number. So when you have the combination of both numbers and integers, then you have to write it as varchar 50. Hope it is clear.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay.
Special symbols also included, like hyphen, dollar symbol.
No. If you have a special characters, for that also you have to write varchar.
Special symbols like the at symbol has dollar percentage, like that. we have-
Special characters, no?
Yeah.
At, hash, pond, and all those things. Those, if you want to store that, for that you have to use varchar 50. I will show all those examples one by one. Okay. So let's consider this employee table. We have created this table and we have this columns: employee ID, employee name, salary, and location. And right now I have proved that you can create a table, you can add column names with any case, lowercase, uppercase, it is totally purely your wish. There is no restriction on that. Okay. Next, what next? Next is to store data. So to store data, you have to write insert into. So when you will write insert into, this is again a reserved keyword. Okay. The engine will understand that, oh, user wants to insert some data in this employee table. You have to write insert into employee values. That means you are telling SQL engine that I want, you might be thinking that then sometimes you're writing code here, then you're writing from here. So you have all this freedom. Okay, it is not like Python or Unix shell scripting or any other Java. So here you are free, you can write your code here, you can write at the last line anywhere. There is no problem. Okay. So insert into employee values. It means the meaning of this line is we are telling SQL engine that in this employee table, I want to insert some data or values. Okay. Then after this, you have to give this bracket. So employee ID is 1. The next is employee name. So give comma. Employee name was Abdul. But whenever you're writing names, alphabets, I mean characters, you have to keep that within quotes. You see this Abdul I have kept within quotes. No? Hope it is clear. Is this clear so far? Any questions?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. Feel
Tanvir,
free and
I
ask
have one
questions.
question. Tanvir, I have one question.
Tell me.
If you are not using codes, what will happen for the characters?
Good question. If I will not give codes, then what will happen? It will throw error message. I will show that example as well.
Sure.
Okay. Then you have to give comma. Then which column you have? You have salary. So what is the salary of Abdul? Suppose it is 500. Then again you have next column location. Then you have to again give comma where Abdul is situated. Suppose he is in Delhi. Again you have to give quotes and you have to write Delhi here. Okay. Then give colon or semicolon at the end. Now this is the syntax to insert data in a table. I will repeat this. You have to write insert into employee values first of all. The meaning of this is you are telling SQL engine that, hey, SQL, I want to insert some data in this employee table. Then you have to pass the values what you want to store. In the values, you have to be careful because the sorry, the data which is having alphabets that has to be within quotes. If you will not keep it within quotes, it will throw error message. I will show that example. And all these values has to be comma separated. If you will not give comma, again it will throw error message. Okay, then give semicolon at the end, select it, click on the run button. Now see the output. One row inserted. So SQL engine is telling that Tanvir, we have inserted this record and this employee table. Hope it is clear, guys.
Tanvir, I have a question.
Yes.
So, like how many, like we can store any like table for n number of times, right? We can insert.
Yes.
So like
Right.
if in a single table we are inserting the data, so is it every time we have to write the syntax like insert into table name or value?
Very good question. And this question we get in each and every batch. Very valid question. That Tanvir, okay, you are trying to insert one record and this employee table. We have written this insert script. Now, Tanvir, suppose in my table employee, we have to store 1 million record, right? Which is not a feasible solution to write every time insert into employee, right? That is what you're asking. But
Exactly.
so actually, when you'll be working in a project, so we have a loader. Okay. So through loader, like these things will be there in an Excel sheet or somewhere. Okay. So the loader will extract data from the Excel sheet and it will load directly in the table. So you don't have to write this manually insert every time. Okay. then you'll be thinking, then why you're teaching this insert. So many times it happens that you are doing some testing or you're doing some analysis and you're mocking data. So you want to insert few sample records, maybe 10, 20 records or 100 records. In those cases, we write this insert. But yes, you're right. If again I have to insert one more record, again I have to write the same insert script. I will show you that after this.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one row is inserted. SQL engine is telling that Tanvir, we have inserted this one record or one row. Record or row, they both are same in this table. Now the question is, you might be thinking that Tanvir, how we can trust that this record has been loaded successfully. Okay. So maybe, yeah, please show the data, right? So when you want to check the data or you want to display the data, what has been saved or stored in this table or any other table. So for that, you have to first of all write select. What is the meaning? Okay, this select is again a reserved keyword. The meaning of select is to display. If you're writing select, no, the engine will understand that, oh, I have to display something. Okay, clear? So what you want to display? You want to display this columns, employee ID, comma, employee name, comma, salary, comma, location. So the meaning of this line is, see, it is very important to understand the meaning of each and every keyword. Okay. Many of you have connected with me before this class and you have told that, Tanvir, I know the basics of SQL, but I failed to write complex queries. It is because you don't know how the engine works, how it executes each and every keyword. So that is why during this course, we'll be explaining you each and every keyword, how they process the data, how they extract the data. Okay, and then it will be easy when you will practice the SQL queries, the complex and all those things. Okay. So line number 3, select employee ID, comma, employee name, comma, salary, comma, location. The meaning of this is we are telling SQL engine that, dear SQL, please display these columns. So what is the meaning of select? To display. The meaning of select is to display. The moment you will write select, the SQL engine will understand that, oh, Tanvir wants me to display something. So what you're asking engine to display? Employee ID, employee name, salary, and location. But these columns are present in which table?
In the employee.
Employee table.
In the employee table.
So these columns are present in the employee table. Then you have to write the address that I want this from employee table. Okay. Now the complete meaning of this line is you are telling SQL engine to display employee ID, employee name, salary, and location from employee table. Okay, let me run this. Is this the correct output?
Yeah. Again,
Okay.
Yes.
what is difference between describe and like
Good question. Good question. Describe will show you the structure. If I'm executing describe employee, see, I will run this. This will show you, if you're getting this output of SQL statement output, so don't worry, again, you have to click on run button. Okay, again, if it is showing that output, again, click on run button. Okay. Actually, they have upgraded this Oracle, and because of that, they'll find some this minor issues. So when you're writing describe employee, this will show you the structure of this employee table. It is showing the structure, the columns, the data type of the columns. But if you're writing select this one, it will show you the exact data. Now, if I'm executing this select, it is showing me the exact data. Hope it is clear.
yeah, it is. Thank you.
Okay, like suppose you're planning to construct a house. So the civil engineer, no, or the architect, he will give a design of your house. That, oh, in this house you have 1,500 square feet. So you'll be having three three rooms, say you're having one hall, the kitchen will be there, here you're having lobby, balcony, garden, and all those things. So that is the design of your house, that is the structure, right? But if you have given that to a tenant, okay, and then if you are telling that in my house, a tenant is staying, he's an engineer or doctor or maybe anything, and they have 4 or 5 family members. So you are showing the elements or the people who are staying in the house. That is what. If you're writing select, you are showing the data, the actual data which is stored, which is in this table. Hope it is clear.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Yes, it is.
Okay,
Tanvir, a
good.
small question.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, here you have selected the select. After that select, you have written employee, employee, salary, location, right? We have to
Yes.
write manually for all the tables. For example, here you have only 4 phrases. So you have written the 4 phrases. If you have 100 phrases, then we have to enter the manually for 100 phrases.
Okay, very good and valid question. That Tanvir here in this employee table, you have, listen very carefully, everyone. In this employee table, you have only 4 columns: employee ID, employee name, salary, and location. So quickly you have written this manually. Okay. But sometime it happens, you're working in a project. Okay. And in a table, you have 100 columns. Okay. Then do you have to write all the 100 columns manually? It will take time, right? Maybe 4 or 5 minutes or 10 minutes, correct? And that's a tedious task, correct? So in that case, if you want all the columns of a table and if you don't want to write it, so what you have to do, remove all these column names, okay? And just write this asterisk or a star. If you will write a star, the SQL engine will understand that, oh, user is asking me to display all the columns of this employee table. Now see line number 4. I'm running this. Check the output. Are you getting the same output? Okay. If you don't want to write all the column names, you just write the star and you will get the output from all the columns. But it is not recommended. This is not good from performance perspective. Okay, we'll discuss in detail about that, the performance aspects. Okay, but this is the answer. Hope it is clear.
Yes, so.
Yes, but generally we used to select start from only in
But in production environment, you will never use. Check your code in production, you will never use a star. That is not recommended. I agree, generally you are using, but this will be this you will be using either in the testing environment or the development environment, right? But in production, if you're working in a project, you can check in the production environment. Never you will write a star. This is not recommended. This will not throw error message. No. This is not recommended because this impacts the performance of the query, and then the query will take a lot of time to display the result. I will discuss in detail what is performance, how to check and all this stuff down the line. Okay.
Tanvir, if you now run the describe thing, will there be any change in the table or the output?
No. Why there will be change? Suppose I have purchased a 3 BHK flat in Bangalore. Okay. Okay. And from Jan till June 2023, I have given this to Mr. Ashok. He is staying there with his 5 family members. Fine. Now, suppose Ashok has vacated house in the month of July, and from July till date, okay, Mr. David is staying in this house with 6 family members. So do you think the structure of my house has changed?
No.
It will be still 3 BHK only, right? If
Yeah.
the tenant is changing, the structure will not change, right? So
Yeah.
structure will be as it is. So you see the structure now. Again, I'm executing scribe employee. Okay. Let's please verify the structure. Is this same or it has changed?
It's same, yeah.
It is same. So structure will be same. Once you have created the structure, it will be same. You can ask one question that then we okay, you have 4 columns. No, suppose in my project manager is telling that please add gender as well. Okay, so then how we can add? So we have an alter command. Through that you can add it. We will discuss it that as well. But down the line, if you want to modify the structure of a table, yes, you can do that. That is allowed. Or maybe you don't want this column, you can remove this column. Or maybe you want to rename this column, name location, you want to make it as an address column. That is also allowed. We'll discuss all these things.
Yeah, thank
Hope it is clear. Okay. Is it making sense, guys? Are you understanding, or is it like tough? You're getting confused.
Yeah, very good. But
Clear?
what was the
Okay.
worker 50? Previously, I asked.
Okay, varchar 50. Let's discuss varchar 50
Default
now.
So Tanvir,
Okay, I will discuss it right.
you
Yeah.
created the table using varchar 50, but when you describe it, it shows as varchar 250, right?
Okay, let me answer all those things.
Sir, I have
Okay.
also one doubt. Hello.
Let me answer this first. Just give me 2 minutes. Okay. Let me answer this. Or else go ahead, Moin, you're asking. You complete the question.
Matlab, sir, like you said, the performance issue, na? Like in select star and if we choose the column name. So, like, will you show this right now, like how it's affecting, or maybe afterwards?
I will explain this down the line about the performance aspects. Just give me 2-3 classes. Once we have some good maturity, then I will tell you how to measure performance and how to check.
Sure.
I think I am disconnected. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, I'm connecting again.
Am I audible now, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay, sorry, don't was disconnected. Let me share my screen. So, okay, so you guys are asking questions from varchar 50, right? So, okay, Moin has asked about performance. So I think I was disconnected. So performance, Moin, just give me some time and then we'll discuss in detail about the performance aspects. Okay.
Sure.
Let me answer this question of varchar 50 because I think many of you have this question. Let me discuss this, then again we will proceed with this select example. Okay. Suppose, let's take one example. Let's create here. Okay, let's create here then. Suppose I am creating, or let's take the example of this only. Where is this? Create customer table. I have created this one. Let's take the example of this. I will delete this table. I'm writing this drop table something. Please ignore this, what I'm writing. Okay, we'll discuss it at a later point of time. Drop table, ignore it, okay. Now suppose here, instead of 50, I have written 5, okay. Then now let me execute this. Let me check the, okay, this table has been created, no? Customer table, you have customer ID, you have customer name, you have a store location. These 3 columns are there. And you have this data type. INT means same as number. They both are same. Okay. Varchar 5, which is varchar 25. So actually, Oracle only, if you write varchar, they will consider it as varchar 2. Okay, there's a big story why they consider it. I will answer that. Just give me some time. It is 5, it is 5 here. Correct? It is 50, it is 50. Everything is same. Okay. Now let me insert the data. Insert into customer value. Suppose customer ID is 1. And suppose the customer name is Abdul. And the store location is suppose Delhi. One row inserted. This record has been inserted. If I want to verify the data, I will write select a star from customer. Right now we have discussed, no? If you will write a star, it means all the columns. So we are telling SQL engine that SQL, please display all the columns from the customer table. Check the data. So you have one Abdul and Delhi. You have inserted this record right now, no? This is inserted in this table. Okay. So far clear?
I have one small query regarding insertion into this customer table. So if I'm picking one name, how we can insert that as a name?
Is this has apostrophe S?
Apostrophe, kind of, yes.
Okay, I will explain that as well. Just you ping it. Okay, I will explain that. Meanwhile, let me complete this. So, orally, okay, fine. This is a very common question. I will answer it. Just give me 1 minute. Okay. So you see, we have inserted one Abdul Delhi. So you might be thinking that then it is varchar 5 here. So still how it is inserted in this table, right? So this 5 means, okay, or else let me try to insert one more record. Suppose I want to search Ramanujan. Customer ID 2, Ramanujan, and suppose he is in Chennai. Okay, inserting this. It is throwing error message, correct? When I was trying to insert Abdul, Delhi, and others, this was inserted successfully, right? No, I've shown you that, right? But when I'm trying to insert another record, customer ID 2, customer name is Ramanujan, and Ramanujan store location is Chennai, then why the engine is throwing error message? Can you guys help me to understand this? Any idea?
Because the length is big.
Because, yeah, the character crossed 5 letters.
It is because in this customer name, you have mentioned this as varchar 5. Varchar 5 means the meaning is it can accept only 5 characters. Are you getting this point? It can accept only 5 characters. But in Ramanujam, how many characters you have?
More than
9.
Roughly how many characters?
9 characters for Raman.
9.
You have 9 characters, right? So that is why here engine is telling that when value is too large for the column, this one, customer name. Here the maximum is 5. It means maximum I can accept 5. Okay, but you are trying to insert here 9 characters. This Ramanujam has 9 characters. So that is why this cannot be accommodated, because while defining this customer table, you have written here custom name 5. It means only 5 can be, at max 5 can be inserted. Okay. But you are trying to insert 9 characters. In Ramanujan, you have 9 characters. That is why engine is throwing error message. You understood the significance of this? Is this clear? Yes or no?
Yes, Tanvir.
Consider a small query.
So that, yeah, tell me.
Here you have entered the employee, I mean customer ID, customer name, and store location, right? If you do not enter the store location, whether syntax will run?
I will answer that. I will discuss that as well. Okay. Let me complete this first. So that is why I, on the safer side, I keep it as a 50. Hope you understood.
Yes.
Is this clear? Okay.
I think I'm having one question.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, tell me.
if we don't mention anything, if we mention only as varchar, is there any default length?
No. If you write varchar only, it will throw error message. But in some database, it takes default as 1. Okay, but don't take that risk. Write complete varchar and the size of it, whether it is 50 or 100. And suppose sometime if you have to store the full address, in that case, you make it as 100. But generally during our SQL course, 50 will be sufficient. That is why in the beginning, I told you whenever you have to store alphabets, make it varchar 50. Hope it is clear, guys.
Yes, it's clear. Thanks.
It's good, but you said that the character only we can use single quote. In the integer also can we use single quote for all data? They will allow for single quote or only character only.
Okay, fine.
Because it's very easy, right? We don't bother about integer, character, single quote. We can give all in single level.
No, okay. Before I answer that, so far whatever I taught, is that clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yes, clear.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, I thought of showing you a few more examples based on select. This is not completed, but you have question from this and inserting table is structure. That is fine. Let me complete this syntax part and then I will cover that select. Now the next question is that then we right now you explained that whenever we have data which is alphabets, so we have to keep that within quotes. What about numbers or integers? Do we have to keep them as within quotes or not? That is what you're asking, right?
Yes, agree.
Okay. Better let's try to understand that with an example. Suppose now I have a new record 3. Okay. And here suppose the customer name is Tom and he is from Chennai. And this 3, suppose I will keep this within quotes. Okay. And I'm trying to insert this record. Sometime it will take time, which is still running. Okay, 1 row inserted, right? If you want to check the output, select a star from customer. Check the output. Does this record got inserted? 3 Tom Chennai. Then you will be thinking, then why Tanvir you are telling that only for alphabets to keep it within quotes? Why for numbers you are not telling, right? You might be thinking this, correct? Actually, when you are doing calculations, okay, addition, subtraction, any other calculation, and if you have kept this number within quotes, then it will not treat this as a number. Okay, it will treat this as a string and your calculation will fail. That is why it is recommended the numbers must, you should not keep it within quotes. Is this clear? Have I answered?
Yes, sir. Clear.
But this alphabets, it is mandatory. You have to keep it within quotes only. Otherwise, it will throw error message. Let me show you one more example.
A question.
1 minute. Let me complete this first 1 minute. So I have this ID 4 and suppose the name is John and I'm not keeping it within quotes. You see, okay? This is John, I am not keeping it within quotes and location is suppose Chennai, okay? And I'm executing it. So it is throwing error message now. Column not allowed here. Why it is throwing this error message? Because this John is having alphabets, and we have not kept it within quotes. Now see, I will keep it within quotes. Now check the output. One row inserted. Got it? So if you want to verify, please verify the data. You see, John has been inserted. So if you have alphabets, it is mandatory. You have to keep it within quotes. Okay. Is this clear?
Yes, Tanvir.
Okay. Are we going at a fast pace, or is the pace fine? You are able to understand?
Yeah, this phase is good.
This is fine.
We are able to understand.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Tanvir,
Tell me
one more
next
thing.
question.
Tanvir, one more thing.
Yes.
We are using single quote here, right? So can we use double quotes as well? Double quotations?
Oh, double quotes as well in many database. Like if you're working on Postgres, they accept double quotes. So that's not a big deal. On whichever database you are working, you please check it. Either you can use single quote or double quote. That's not a big deal. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Got it.
And trust me, and during interview, okay, if you're planning for interview, interviewer will never ask you, never bother you with these questions. Actually, in SQL, they will check your logic building ability, that how strong you are in building logics. Okay, they will never ask you to create a table, to insert data, what will happen if I'm not giving quotes. No. They will ask you question that you have to keep it, means how strong you are in building logics. Okay, so that's why I'm getting some background noise. I will mute everyone, and then if you have to ask question, you can unmute. Okay, so we will focus mainly on the logic building activity, but I'm not telling that you have three, you can ask any question. If I know the answer, I will answer it. If I don't know, I will tell, okay, we can discuss at a point of time. Yeah, Amar, you are asking question. Please go ahead.
The supplementary question for the column of 1, 2, 3. It's number column. Okay. So here right now we don't have to do any mathematical operation or any addition subtraction. So we can go with without integer, or we can name it as varchar.
Yes. Good question. Good question.
Yes.
I will show you one example. I understood your question. Suppose now I'm trying to insert one more record 5. Okay. And here suppose the name is, and the name is something like A123, something like this. Okay. So see, here we are storing alphabet and number both, right? To check the output. Check the output. This has been stored or not? Okay. So you can add both. Or suppose, I will give you one more example. Suppose I have side is 6, and I want to store some number here. Okay. Now I'm executing this query. It is inserted. Now you might be thinking that this varchar is a magic. How? You see, this varchar column can accept alphabet. It can accept pure numbers as well. And it can accept numbers and alphabets both. So yes, your varchar can accept alphabets, the numbers, both alphabets, numbers, everything. But the condition is this has to be within quotes. If you will not give within quotes, it will throw error message. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Any other question?
I have just one. So, like on the coding part, we are giving a sequence there, like Abdul, Ramanujan 2. So, how does SQL reading these lines which we have created as encoding? Because on the customer ID, we don't see any sequence there. And one by one, we are
Sequence.
adding the name.
Sorry, from sequence, I didn't understand what you asked.
Okay, so like the first time is reflecting as in John, then 445.
This is totally random. Okay.
Mhm.
It is not necessary that if I have inserted this at the last record, and if I will run select a start from customer, so this record will be displayed at the last instance. No, it is not mandatory. If you want to sort it, customer ID in ascending or descending order, then we will discuss it. We have order by keyword. We will discuss it maybe to next class tomorrow, that how you can sort it. But the data, how it will be inserted in this table, will be purely random basis. You might be thinking that Tanvir, you have inserted this 645 Chennai at the last, and how it is getting displayed in the between, right? This is purely
Right.
random.
Okay. And where is the issue with the second line with Ramanath Chennai? Because it is not reflecting on coding.
Who will answer this? What is the issue with this? Anyone who wants to try why this is not loaded in this table?
Because it contains more than 5 characters. Ramanujan.
Okay, so varchar limit we have given 5. Got it.
Right, Mohan. So Mohan, in this custom name column, no, we have written here 5. It means we are restricting it that in this custom name we will accept only 5 characters, right? But in Ramanujan we have more than 5 characters. I think 9 characters. So that is why it is not getting loaded. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thanks. A lot.
No problem. Any other question? Okay, let's park it. Okay, I know you'll be having a lot of questions on this insert, and down the line during the course, we'll be discussing this. Now let's go back to this select one. Okay, shall I start with this select now?
Yes. Yes, please.
Because this is more conceptual, but if you have any question from insert, or I will share some assignment question today, we can discuss tomorrow as well. Okay. Now, I was discussing about this select. So what is the meaning of select? What is the meaning of select?
It is for display.
Data in the table.
Select means to display. The moment you will write select, engine will understand that, okay, I have to display something. Then after select, if you will write the column names, engine will understand that, okay, I have to display all these columns. From employee, it means from the employee table. Now, my question is, listen very carefully. Why I'm writing this from employee? If I will write this only, like suppose if I'm writing only this select, then engine should have that intelligence, no? That these columns are present in the employee table. Then Tanvir is asking this from the employee table. Then why explicitly I have to write this table name? What is the reason? First of all, is my question clear what I'm asking?
Yes.
There must be multiple tables in a database.
Good, very good, very good. It is possible and it happens. In a database, you can have 1,000 tables. Okay. Maybe these columns will be present in any other table. That is allowed. I can create another table, maybe customer or any other table with the same column name. This is allowed. Then the engine will get confused, no, that these columns Tanvir want from which table. Got it? So that is why here explicitly you have to write the table names from which you want these columns. Okay. Otherwise, the engine will throw error message. Is this clear, guys?
Yes, Tanvir.
Okay, fine. Now, suppose the next question is, my manager is telling me that, Tanvir, okay, you have displayed all this columns. One more thing, like down the line, all these keywords, all these examples, I'll be quoting from a real-time project on which I have worked. Why? Because I know many of you are from non-technical background. and you have told that I have 5 years of experience in sales, I have 6 years of experience in pharma and automobile, mechanical, civil, and all those things. Or maybe in IT, you are from the front end and you want to move to that database, you want to become database engineer or data analyst. So see, in interview, if you will tell that either I'm from non-technical background or I am from this background, they will consider you as a fresher then. And that will directly impact your salary. Okay. So during interview, you have to project yourself in such a way that yes, I was working in a non-technical field, but I was handling their database. Because in each and every project, you have a department of database who is handling data. You agree or not? You take any
Yes.
project, whether it is automobile, civil, mechanical, or anything, even your local kirana store, departmental store, they are handling data, right? So you have to project in such a way that yes, I'm from a non-technical, but I was handling their database. But they will not trust. How you have to prove? When you're answering their questions, you have to quote the examples which I'll be telling you during the course. And that is why all these examples I'll be quoting from the real-time project on which I have worked. So you have to listen all those things carefully, okay, and then answer accordingly, okay. So now suppose my manager is telling that Tanveer, okay, fine, you have displayed all these things, but I'm not interested in the salary. Please don't display the salary. This is a confidential data. We all know, right? In a company, no one knows the salary. We don't know the salary of your colleague until unless he is not telling you, because that is a confidential data. You all agree, right? So suppose my manager is telling that Tanveer, please don't display the salary. I want to see only employee ID, employee name, and location. Then in that case, what you have to do, remove the salary from here. Okay. Now from this query, the engine will understand that, okay, Tanveer wants to display employee ID, employee name, and location only. From which table? From employee table. Now if I will click on the run button, check the output. Are you getting salary in the output?
No.
No, we don't have salary, right? So from this, I want to prove or explain you is you have full freedom to display what all columns you want. It is not necessary that always you have to display all the columns. Like here, my manager is telling that no, Tanvi, don't display salary. That is confidential data. I remove salary. My engine is displaying only employee ID, employee name, and location. That's all. Hope it is clear. So you have full control to display whatever you want. Suppose manager is telling that, okay, don't display employee ID, just display employee name and location. I will write employee name, comma, location. So now the engine will display only employee name and location. Now see, you are getting only employee name Abdul and location Delhi. Is this clear?
Yes.
Are you understanding, guys? Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes.
Now suppose, okay, good. Now suppose the manager is telling that, oh, Tanveer, you have displayed employee name first and then location. Then we do one thing. I want to see location first, then employee name. Then what you have to do? Keep this location first and then employee. So now the meaning of this is we are telling SQL engine to display location and then employee name. Now I am executing it. Please verify the output. Are you getting location first and then employee name?
Yes.
Okay. Hope you all understood.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay. Very simple.
Yes.
Okay. Now let me insert few more records. I want to show you some conceptual things. Okay. Let me insert few more records like second ID, third ID, fourth ID, fifth ID. Suppose here the name is Rohan and the name is Benjamin. Here the name is John. Here the name is Michael. Salary is suppose 600. This is suppose I'm taking some dummy numbers. Okay. Suppose Michael is earning 5,000. This is Delhi. He's also from Delhi. He's from Hyderabad. He's from Pune. He's also from Delhi. Now you see, if you want, you can run all these 4 scripts together. This is also allowed. You select all these 4, click on the run button. All these 4 are inserted, right? Now, if you want to check the data, if you want to check all the columns, what is the shortcut for that?
Asterisk.
Asterisk.
From employee table. You have to understand the meaning of each and every keyword. Select it, control enter. If you are getting this output, select a statement output, you have to run again. Run again. Okay. Now this is the data. Hope it is clear so far. Control C and
Yes.
you can paste it. Now I'm keeping this in this table. Now this is our employee table. Okay. Now suppose my manager is telling that Tanveer, okay, fine, you created this employee table, you have this columns and you have this data. But from this data, I want the details of only those employees who are staying in Delhi. Is the question clear?
Yes.
Yes.
What my manager is telling? My manager is telling Tanveer, I want the details of those employees who are staying in Delhi. I told, okay, fine. I will write a query for that. So select a star from employee. Then you have to write where. Where is a filter? Where is a filter? Can you tell me in your daily life where you're using the filter? While doing shopping on e-commerce platform, Flipkart or Amazon, are you using filter there?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, right? Suppose if you want to purchase a mobile, you will apply filter, no? That, okay, I want this company mobile, I want 8 GB RAM or 4 GB RAM or whatever it may be. You're applying filter, correct? And then based on that filter, that Flipkart or Amazon, they will give you some products. Okay. And then from that you will select. So similarly in SQL, when you want to apply filter, you have to use this where keyword. The moment the engine will see you have used where, the SQL engine will understand that, oh, user wants to apply some filter. Is this clear so far?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what is the filter here? What your manager has told? Manager has told to display the employees who are from which location?
Delhi.
Delhi,
Yeah.
right?
Delhi.
So you have to apply filter on which column? Employee ID, employee
The
name,
location column.
salary, or location. Which column?
Location.
Location. So you have to write here where location. So from this, the SQL engine will understand that, okay, user, I'm getting some background noise, guys. Please go on mute if you're speaking. Thank you. So when you will write where location, so the engine will understand that, oh, user wants to apply some filter on the location column. Then which location? Delhi. Okay. So now I will execute this query. And this is the output. Is this correct output?
No.
No, but this is, I think, case sensitive because
Okay,
the
we will discuss
spelling
it.
of
We
location.
will discuss it. My only question is this correct output? You all agree? No, this is not correct output. If I will display this to my manager, Manager will definitely ask that Tanvir, do you think only Abdul is from Delhi? No, we have Abdul from Delhi. Then we have Rohan, who is also from Delhi. Then we have Michael, who is also from Delhi. My manager will tell that Tanvir, then why you are what I was telling, why you are displaying only Abdul in the output, right? Because Rohan is also from Delhi, Michael is also from Delhi. I told you to display all the employees who are from Delhi. We are displaying only Abdul, correct? So this is not the correct output. You all agree,
Yes.
right? Now the question is why this is displaying only Abdul? Why this query is not displaying Rohan, not displaying Michael? That is the question, right? Let's try to understand it one by one. There is a concept of order of execution. Okay. The order of execution is like you have from, then you have joins, then you have on, then you have where, then you have group by, then you have aggregate, then you have window function, then you have select, then you have distinct, you have ordered by, then you have limit. Ignore all those things. We will discuss one by one. Don't worry. Okay. Order of execution means, first of all, from this, okay, the engine will pick the from clause. And when you're writing query, first of all, you're writing select, right? But engine, the SQL engine will not execute your query in this way. First of all, the engine will pick the from. So in from, what you have written? From employee. It means you are telling SQL engine that I want some data from employee table. Is this clear? Okay.
Yes.
So your SQL engine will search this employee table in the entire database and it will make a copy of it. And it will keep it in the temporary memory. So it will keep it here. Is this clear so far?
Yes.
Hope it is clear to everyone.
Yes, it is.
Okay. From task is over. After from, which keyword you have? Select or where? Which one you will execute? Where, right?
Where?
Then engine will execute the where. I'm repeating, the way how you write the query and the way how SQL engine internally executes your query is different. This is the way how SQL engine executes your query. This is known as order of execution. So after from, it will go to where. Okay, what is the task of where? To
Filter.
apply filter. The moment engine will see where location, engine will understand that, okay, in the location column, user wants me to apply filter. So it will highlight this. Now in the location, what you are searching? You are searching Delhi. Okay. Now tell me, now the engine will compare this Delhi with each and every record. Is this Delhi same as this Delhi?
Yeah.
It is same. Yes, it is same. No,
Yeah,
same.
this
So
one.
this record will be selected. Okay. Now second record. Is this Delhi same as this Delhi?
No.
No.
No, no.
No. Why? Why no?
No, capital
Why?
letter.
Because
All are in caps.
lowercase and
Capital.
uppercase.
Good.
I'm using
Here
capital
is
letter.
yes. Here is the game of caps. Here D is in uppercase and all the other in lowercase. But here this D, L, H, I, all are in uppercase. So please remember, suppose my Gmail account password is welcome01. This is not the correct password. I'm just telling. Suppose my Gmail account password is welcome01. And if I am writing like this, will Gmail will allow me to log in?
No.
No.
No, you all know this, right? It is because it is case sensitive, right? So that is why in SQL data is case sensitive. This all are data. This all are data. This is also data. This is also data. The table name, the column names are not case sensitive, but the data is case sensitive. Is this clear?
Yes.
Okay. So this Delhi and this Delhi are different. They are not same. So this record will be rejected. Is this clear?
Yes.
Okay. Next record. This is HYD. This is Delhi. They are different. So this will also be rejected. This is Pune. This is Delhi. They are different. This will be rejected. What about this record?
Rejected.
Are they same?
No, this is also rejected.
First letter is lower.
This is also different. Here D is in lowercase. Here D is
Yeah.
in uppercase. So this is also rejected. So where Klaus, its task is over, he is applied the filter. After this, which keyword you will execute? Select, right? Engine will execute select. What is the meaning of select?
To display.
To display. What you want to display here?
The employees who are from Delhi.
A star. A star means what? All the columns. So it will pick all the columns and the selected records. Only this record you have selected. Then engine will pick this record. Not tell me, is this output same as this output?
Yes.
Yes. So this is the way how your SQL executes query one by one. Hope it is clear, guys.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Now the question is, I explained this to my manager that, sir, this is the reason I'm getting only Delhi. I cannot display Rohan and Michael. But my manager is telling that, no, Tanvir, I don't care how your SQL works. I want all the employees who are working from Delhi, whether location is in uppercase, lowercase, it is your headache. Okay, understood the requirement? Is the requirement clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
So for that, I will do a small magic here. In this query, I will write upper location. Those who are not speaking, please go on mute. And I will write like this. I will explain this query. Don't worry. First of all, let me show you the output. This is the query. Let me run this. And this is the output. Just tell me yes or no. Is this the correct output?
Yes, it is.
You all agree this is correct output?
Yes.
Are we
Yes.
showing all the employees who are from Delhi now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Now I will show this to my manager and the manager will be happy that, okay, fine, Tanvir, this is correct. Okay. Now let's try to understand how this query is getting executed or what magic this upper keyword has done. Listen very carefully. Shall I start? All set?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now in this query, which keyword will be executed first?
Select.
From.
No,
From, from
will be executed first. What is the meaning of from? The meaning of from is the date. No, not filter. Meaning of from is we are
Pick
telling
the
SQL engine
location.
from this table we want data,
Employee.
right? From employee table we want data. So SQL engine will search for this employee table in the entire database. It will take a copy of it. and it will keep it in the temporary memory. Is this clear so far?
Yes.
So from task is over. From task is over, he will go to his house now. So let me keep this in green color. His task is over. After from which keyword?
Where?
Where?
Okay, after from we have where keyword. What is the task of where?
Apply
To
filter.
find.
To apply
Filters.
filter. Okay, after where we have written upper location. Now try to understand the meaning of this. The meaning of upper location is, listen very carefully, this is little bit confusing, okay? The meaning of upper location is, we are telling to SQL engine that SQL, whatever data you have in this location column, I repeat, whatever data you have in this location column, please convert all of them in uppercase. Is this clear? Please convert all of them in uppercase. So engine will convert all these things in uppercase. Is this clear so far?
Yes.
But don't think it is happening in your parent table. Where is your parent table? Parent table is here. It will not touch the parent table. It will be as it is. Where we are doing this? In the temporary memory. Are you understanding this? Where we are doing this? In temporary memory. Suppose you went to a restaurant and you asked that, okay, I want Chowmein and Manchurian. So do you think they will start cooking it at the dining table where you're sitting? No, they have a kitchen, right? So there they will cook it. Similarly, in database world, there is a temporary memory, which is the kitchen. So there they will do all these things. So this upper location, this location values will be converted in uppercase. Where? In the temporary memory. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Shall I proceed further if it is clear, guys?
No, sir.
Yes.
Not clear? Tell me where you are getting stuck.
It's not clear, sir.
One time again, sir. Uppercase.
Okay. Sure. Let me repeat this. What is the task of where to apply filter, right?
Yes.
Now, after where I have written upper location. So the meaning of upper location is very simple. The meaning is, I'm telling SQL engine that in the location column, whatever data you have, you please convert all of them in uppercase. This is the meaning. Is this clear now?
Yes,
So
sir.
now see, all this data is converted in uppercase.
Yes, sir.
Now is this clear so far?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Now what you are searching? You are searching Delhi. This Delhi.
Mhm.
You are searching Delhi, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This Delhi, you are searching in which column? Upper location or location? Which column you are searching this?
Location.
Location.
No,
Location.
no,
Is
no,
in
no,
upper
no,
location.
no, no. You're not searching in location. You are searching this in upper location. You see what you have
Upper
written here.
location.
Upper location. You are searching this in upper location, not in location
Okay.
column. So engine will search this daily in this new column, temporary column, which you have created, which is upper location.
Location.
Is this
Okay.
clear?
Yes, sir.
Here in this query, you have written location equals daily. So in the location column, it will search daily. But here you have written upper location equals daily. So engine will first of all derive this upper location. Then it will search this daily in this upper location column, not in this location column. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Hope it is clear to everyone so far.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Now it will search this one by one in each and every record. So let's just start with the first record. Is the same as this Delhi?
Yes, sir.
is same. So this is
This is
selected.
same.
Is this same as this Delhi?
Yes.
Yes.
It is selected. This is HYD. This is Delhi. They both are different. It is rejected. This is Pune. This is Delhi. Different. This is rejected. Are they both same?
Yes.
Yes.
This is selected. Is this clear so far?
Yes or no?
Hope it is clear so far to everyone.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Now tell me one thing. This column daily you have derived from this record, no? Right? Similarly, this you have derived from this record. And this you have derived from this record. Is this clear? So if
Yes.
you have selected this, it means you have selected this record. If you have selected this, it means you have selected this record. If you have selected this, it means you have selected this record. Is this clear?
I have one doubt.
Yes.
I also have a
Sir,
question.
this
Yeah.
the whole table employee ID, the first one from where you are selecting. These are main table, right?
This implies the main table, right?
And this upper location, this is our temporary.
This is derived. This is temporary. We have derived it. But from where this has been derived? This has been derived from here. So it will refer this record. This record will refer this record, right? Correct?
So this temporary
this-
memory table, this we can't. This is not visible in our.
No, for the
SQL.
user, this will not be visible to you. This is happening in the internal engine is executing it in the temporary memory. This will not be visible to you.
Okay, fine.
For this, you have to understand the execution plan. Okay, that is what I'm explaining here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next question.
Yeah, that was the similar. Like I am having confused between that parent table and temporary table. So where the values are getting stored and how they are reflecting.
See, this is your parent table. This is stored in the database, right? Now, when you will write this query, okay, from employee, so engine will take a copy of it and it will keep this in a temporary memory. Here, general temporary memory is nothing but your RAM, right? It will store it here. And then upper location, it will derive upper location from here. So these all things are happening in the temporary memory. Is this clear?
Yeah.
Like in a restaurant, you have a dining space and then you have a kitchen, right? So the cooks, the chefs, they are cooking food in the kitchen. So this temporary memory is like a kitchen where you're cooking the food. Once the food is ready, you will serve it on the dining table. So that is what, once everything is ready, we will display that to the user. But user will not look at this in the dining in the kitchen what is happening. Hope it is clear.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other question? Okay. So this where task is over. Now after this, which keyword? Select start. What is the task of select?
Hold out.
Is this order of execution is also like pre-described by the SQL?
Yeah, this all will be taken care by SQL. You see, actually, when you are running this query, you clicked on the run button. Engine has thrown this output. But internally, what engine is doing, how it is throwing this output, that is what I'm explaining you here. That engine will take this table, it will convert this, it will refer this. This is what I'm explaining you. And this is very important to understand if you want to write complex SQL queries. Okay. Hope it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what is the task? Yeah.
For everything, we have to use uppercase one. For if you both combine Delhi with small letter and again Delhi is both upper. So we use only upper for all things for all characters.
Oh no, I didn't get your question. Can you repeat? Can you increase the volume as well?
So if you said Delhi first 30 line D is first letter is upper, and the 32 line is all are uppercase D and H. But you put only upper location is the key, right? So we can't use like a lower, everything. Whatever we give
Lower,
combined.
we will discuss lower as well. I'm discussing about upper now. But you can use lower as well. We'll discuss it tomorrow.
Okay, whatever we can give in the data, we can use only for the upper if we get the result. Right?
Sorry, I'm not able to understand what you're telling.
So for the combination of uppercase and lowercase.
Lower I have not discussed now. Lower I have not discussed now.
Okay.
So please don't trigger that discussion of lower. I'm discussing only about upper now.
Okay, fine.
Okay. So now then you have select. What is the task of select?
To display.
To display. What do you want to display? A star.
Employee.
The star means what?
All
the columns. So all these columns you have to display. Now what all records you have selected? You have selected these records. And then you have selected this record. So finally, this will be displayed at the output. And that is what engine is displaying you here. Are they both same?
Yes.
Okay. So actually, you are running this query, you are getting this output. But as a user, it is not visible to us that what is happening at the backend. So this is what happening at the backend. Engine will take a copy of the table. It will convert that in upper location. It will compare and it will throw this output. Now, once it will display this output, the engine will delete all these things from here. Everything will be deleted. Okay, because it has displayed the final output table. Okay.
Tanvir, can we see this execution through execution plan?
In execution plan, no, but you will not get in full detail. Okay, it will just tell you that, okay, after from it is picking where and all those things. Okay, but you will not get this full detail there.
Okay, in this Oracle, can we check that execution plan using this livesql.com?
No, here you cannot check because this is the free version. If you have the licensed version, okay, there you can check it.
Okay, what is the keyword to check?
I think there is no keyword, but if you will go in Oracle, no, you will find execution plan tab will be there. There you can check it. Direct you can check there.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir,
Any other question?
Yeah. So, sir, as soon as we enter any query, select star from employee. Okay. So as soon as we enter the query, so directly the first the copy would be created of the whole table, right? From employee would be there. Okay. So copies are temporary memory. That will be temporary memory.
Correct.
Okay. Fine.
Okay. But what engine is doing in this temporary memory, it will not be visible to you. You will get only the final output. But you should know this, how engine is taking the data, what is happening at the backend. Then you can write the complex queries. Then you will understand how the engine is doing step by step. This is very important. And this is where students, they lack. They don't know this. And then they will think that, oh, I'm not able to write complex queries. Okay, fine. I will stop here. I will continue from tomorrow. And from tomorrow, we have the target group. We'll be sharing link in the target group. Okay, and those who are interested to enroll for the course, they can connect on my personal window. Okay, fine then, guys. Do you have any other question, anyone?
No, sir.
No.
Okay. Thank you. We'll connect tomorrow same time. Take care. Bye.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.